this is an emergency podcast after what just broke. The Timberwolves have traded for two-time Defensive Player of the Year Rudy Gobert. I have a lot of thoughts on this. I know, Jackson, you have a lot of thoughts on this. I'm going to let you have the floor first. So basically, first, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to say what the trade was. Say what they gave up. For clarity, they got Rudy Gobert, who's on a 4-year, $170 million contract. They gave up the 2023 unprotected first. That was loud. 2025 unprotected first. 2027 unprotected first. 2029 top 5 protected first. 2026 pick swap. Walker Kessler, Malik Beasley, Patrick Beverly, Jared Vanderbilt, and Leandro Balmaro. Literally just gave our whole team away besides our good players. So this is what I say. Actually, I'm going to say this first before I let you hop in. The picks is crazy, but they got Rudy Gobert without having to give up Jaden McDaniels, D'Lo, Anthony Edwards, or Karl Anthony Towns. And so that is
well. I wish that they gave up D'Lo, but yeah.
No, and okay, we can get into that too. I think this is great for D'Lo. D'Lo succeeds. He's one of the best pick and roll players in the league. Cat does not know how to do pick and roll. That is why D'Lo and they haven't been able to do pick and rolls the last 2 years. Rudy Gobert, on the other hand, phenomenal in that area. So I think this is fantastic for D'Lo. Now, I'm not saying they won't still trade D'Lo because it still could happen. They're pretty sure they have like 3 open roster spots now. My hope, the next thing they do now is try and find a backup center because I still don't want Naz Reid playing center off the bench. Now, it's the whole thought of Karl not playing center and the way he's going to play now is weird to me. But I'm going to let you talk. What are your thoughts right now?
Okay. Did we overpay by a shit ton? Yes. Is Rudy Gobert elite? Yes. Did we get the best player in the deal? Yes, we did.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, the only thing that this organization should be worried about is not messing up Anthony Edwards. I don't know. I mean,
this doesn't mess up Anthony Edwards.
I don't know if this is like a step back or a step forward in that matter, getting rid of all these picks. But I don't know.
I mean, as a Minnesota sports fan, the people that are pissed that they did this, I don't really understand them because we're the people that say our GMs and front offices never go for it. This is a go for it.
No, yes. But I would argue that the Wolves are in a position where they didn't have to go for it.
No, I understand.
They really could have just let this thing build and kind of like I said, just let it build and kind of build brick for brick. In this situation, they really accelerated it. And I don't really know that it needed an acceleration. I think that this really could have just like gone slow and steady and we would have gotten there eventually. I mean, this speeds it up for sure. We are 100% a contender now. I think that we will be a top 4 seed, but I don't know. It's really weird, and we gave up way too much, in my opinion.
We did, but sometimes you have to do that. Like I think Tim Connolly could have. Now, I honestly, like if the Wolves made this trade for KD, I think it's fair. Like
yes,
almost like that's 5 first-round picks. And a million players. Now, all those players aren't great. I will say, I'm very sad Patrick Beverly is gone. I'm very sad Jared Vanderbilt is gone.
Very sad. Listen, I'm very sad about Pat Bev, number 1.
Yeah.
Vando, I'm not as sad. He is what he is.
Beasley, I'm okay with him leaving. Now, obviously, I'm okay with that. He's huge off the bench, but
Pat Bev, that is what hurts. Absolutely.
This makes more sense now. Like. That a trade was coming because the way Chris Finch was talking about Jalen Noel the other day, lumping him with Jaden McDaniels and Anthony Edwards, proved to you that they were going to find a way to get him more minutes. This is exactly how they got him more minutes. I'm not sure how Jordan McLaughlin is going to fare as the sole primary backup point guard.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen.
And D'Lo is now the primary point guard, where last year Pat Bev sometimes, and D'Lo played a lot of off ball. I'm not sure how much off ball he's going to play. Anthony Edwards could play a lot on ball too.
Listen, this signifies that Edwards is going to be shooting guard next year.
Yeah.
And D'Lo will probably be the pointing.
Oh, that starting lineup is just sexy.
Well, but now, do you think McDaniels will come off the bench, or
no,
Anderson will, or
whatever? No. Kyle Anderson's off the bench.
Yeah, and I like that. I like that. I actually really like that signing. That was great.
That's fantastic signing. Yeah. I just don't know, and maybe Kyle Anderson will help Naz Reid off the bench in terms of rebounding, and playing defense, because Kyle Anderson's a good defensive player. But now the bench it's basically Jordan McLaughlin, Jalen Noel, Taurean Prince, Kyle Anderson, Naz Reid, Wendell Moore. And I don't know if I'm missing anybody.
Look, now we're talking, I kind of am thinking a little better of it now.
I mean, the bench has a bunch of young guys.
Yeah,
that can grow.
Bottom line is, we didn't give up McDaniels, which was money. That was very good that we did not give him up.
I think that's why this trade was made. They wouldn't make this trade. I'm pretty sure Tim Connolly would rather do 5 first-round picks and no Jaden McDaniels than, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 first-round picks with Jaden McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels was the swing here that made this go. So, God, I was just gonna say something. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any? I had a great thought on my mind, and now I forgot it. But the starting 5 is going to be unbelievable.
The other thing I hope that didn't happen, I hope that Connolly didn't do this because this is his first year on the job. I hope that that's not the case.
No. I know what I was going to say. Rudy Gobert's on a 4-year contract. He's here for 4 years.
Yeah, he just turned 30, so he's got a lot of years left.
Yeah, that 30 is not that high. I mean,
and especially with his style of play, it's not like that's anything that'll worsen. I mean, because he's not a scorer. He's not a scorer. He's a rebounder, and he's a blocker. And this filled our number 1 need, rebounding.
Yeah. It was a question of if the Wolves went after Rudy Gobert, whether what Walker Kessler's role was going to be. Well, clearly he's gone now, so that makes sense. We'll never be able to see him in a Wolves uniform. It's just weird when I saw that. Whenever I see a Woj bomb that involves the Wolves, and I see all those players going out, whether it's I don't know when the last time a Timberwolves trade happened where a bunch of players left. Yeah, there's been trades where it's 2 or 3 players, but this is just so much.
It's just
so much stuff.
I can't believe how much we gave up. Ugh.
I mean, it's now the question of whether Cat and Rudy Gobert can mesh together. Cat has never played sole primary power forward in his career.
He has to now.
Well, and I think he can. I just think it could take a little bit of time to feel it out. Not necessarily the offensive end, but the defensive end, because he's now not guarding the opposing center.
And now we have the best defensive center in the game.
And my guess is they'll be playing a drop coverage, which is 180 from what they did last year. Last year was completely opposite because Cat at center didn't know how to play drop coverage, so they played he would come out a high man or high wall, low man concept, and now it's going to be probably drop coverage because that's what Rudy Gobert is a genius at. So,
and I think no matter what, we got better today. I think the Wolves got better today. I don't know how this messes up our future. Hopefully all these picks will be in the mid to late 20s anyway. So who knows?
It's just a question of whether this works because, like I said, Cat and Rudy, but now what's the next step with Anthony Edwards?
Well, what do you mean?
How does Anthony Edwards mesh with Rudy Gobert? I mean, Rudy Gobert entering a lineup is absolutely massive. This is going to be a totally different style of play to what the Wolves did last year. It just is. Because Cat's
that's not good because we were the number 1 offense.
Well, we scored a lot, but and I'm not saying that if the offense takes a half a step back, that's okay with me. It's the defense. The defense could take 4 steps forward because of this.
That's true. That's true.
And the rebounding.
Let's not act like Gobert is some anchor down there. I mean, he kind
of is. I mean, he's literally the defensive player of the year the last
rebounds. 2 years. He can get the offensive boards.
And that's where D'Lo and him could fit well, I think, because D'Lo is a phenomenal passer.
I think that this will help space the floor a little bit more because Cat will be a power forward, and that will open things up. Don't you think?
Yes. Last year it was Vando who was clogging the lane. Now it's the opposite because, no, I think this in every single way this starting lineup will be better because now Jaden is playing at his position that he plays best at, whereas last year he played a lot of power forward.
So is Edwards.
He's now small forward. Anthony played a lot of small forward. Now he's playing shooting guard. All right, what's the ceiling for this team now, baby?
I don't know. I take back what I said earlier about the 4 seed. I have no idea. I hopefully, who knows?
I mean, they have the ceiling of a 2 seed. They have this, literally, they do. They just do. If the offense can stay similar and the defense can take a huge step, this team has the ceiling of being a top 5 offense and top 5 defensive team.
Let's just hope that KD doesn't go to the West.
The need for what the Wolves struggled with last year is now filled.
Yep.
The defense is now a lot better. Now the question is, does the absence of Patrick Beverley in the locker room make a difference? Who's going to be the vocal leader?
Some good lessons that they'll carry with them.
Yeah, and I don't think it's huge, but I think Pat Bev does make a massive difference in many different ways. Beasley leaving, it's okay. Vanderbilt leaving, he brings energy, defense, but I'll take Rudy Gobert's defense over Jared Vanderbilt. And so the players, it's not a big deal. It's the picks. And so that's where this trade needs to work. Otherwise, we're sort of screwed. But I think this trade will work because I think this lineup just looks too good to me.
Well, if it doesn't work out, we can always trade Cat and get the picks back.
So I'm just saying. 3 open roster spots. 4 if Josh Minot is on a 2-way, which I would probably assume he will be unless they don't fill the roster. They're $8.7 million below the tax line. They can add players with remaining mid-level exception about, I'm just reading Dane Moore's tweet here, minimum deals. So they have a little bit of room. My hope is that they pick up a backup center. That's my hope. I don't know. I haven't looked at the list of players that they could possibly pick up, but what would be your number one if next move, whether it's a trade or a pickup, a signing? What's the next move? Because I don't think they're done. They can't be.
I think it's to get another wing. We need a 1 or 2 more wing scorers, wing defenders, wing scorers.
Okay. Chuck Leaf texted me, John. That's it. All right. Well, this is we didn't need to go too long here. I mean, I'll probably be back on Monday just after all of this sinks into my brain because right now my brain's spinning with all of this crazy stuff.
Bet of the day, Minnesota Twins to win tonight.
You think they're going to come back? Who do you think's blowing it tonight?
No, I'm going to the game and we're going to win.
Oh, okay. Who's pitching for the Twins tonight?
Joe Ryan.
Oh, yeah. All right. I think Joe Ryan's our second best starter, but that conversation's for another day. This is Rudy Gobert to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Tim Connolly putting a stamp on this team. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and follow us on all social media platforms. Borsty, thank you for coming on.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
I can't believe this happened, but it did. Wolves never make these moves. Minnesota sports teams never go for it.
One more thing. I have to ask you a question. Are you happy? Are you happy with this?
Yeah. I mean, I've always been the type of person, and over the years, it's become less and less, where I used to just love trades. I don't even care if it's a bad trade. I just want new, because new is exciting. As time has gone on, I've been more smart, and there's times where I'm like, do not make this trade because it's just not good. I can't help but be excited.
So you like it?
Well, yeah. I kind of do because
I trust you. So if you're happy, then I feel like I should be
just
happy.
because I think the fallout from this of where now D'Lo is probably going to be better because he has a guy that play pick and roll with. Anthony Edwards is not playing his primary spot. Jaden McDaniels, they didn't trade him. They didn't trade D'Lo. I've never been super on board of trading D'Lo. I know you have, but I think that D'Lo is going to play a different game now. I hope he comes out with a vengeance in a contract year. But like I said, Jaden's playing his position, and then Cat. This might be Cat's perfect scenario. Maybe this is where Cat takes the next step. Do we know? Like the defensive wise, Cat is. I'm questionable about it because now he has to guard quicker and smaller players, not just centers, which could help in terms of foul trouble.
It'll help in the long run. No matter what, having Rudy Gobert on your back end is going to help.
But this starting lineup is absolutely unbelievable. A top 5 starting lineup in the NBA now. And now the question is, who do they get next? Whether it's signings or trades. I'm sure more will come within the next couple of weeks. But I'll be back on Monday to talk about it. Forsty, thank you again.
Yep.
Everybody have a brilliant day. Peace out.